It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, host of the syndicated talk show People of Distinction, cluing you in that in our 21st century, I'll tell you, products and services are sold through video. That's right, so sell it through video at Al Cole Enterprises and SAG 14 Production Company. You got it, and right now you got it too. Enjoy another outstanding audio clip from our international guest list, brought to you by Link Print and Media, featuring my son, the fantastic Benji Cole, on People of Distinction.
And on the line with us today, we have Daisy Moret. We'll be discussing her wonderful book, Euthanasia Rebutted: No Right to Life in Australia. Available for purchase through Amazon as well as BarnesandNoble.com. But guys, listen, Daisy was brought to our network, People of Distinction, today by some of the best publishers in the business. Link Print and Media Publishing. So if you have a book that you'd like moved, make sure you're giving yourself the best gift you can possibly give, and you contact Link. You can find out more information on them at urlinkpublishing.com. What would you say was a highlight for you in writing the book? Or if not a highlight, maybe something that surprised you in addition to all the information you discovered that you wouldn't have noticed or come across had you not embarked upon the journey?
Well, the main thing that I became aware of, like the difference between the United States and Australia, is that in the United States, you have a right to life in the Constitution. Well, that is not the case in Australia. There is, and Justice Angel of the High Court found that there is no right to life in Australia. And so the point that I became aware of is that when the Constitution was in Australia was actually written, at that time, because Australia began as a convict colony, and it wasn't illegal to murder the convicts, that we still have in this country, right to this very day, the system of the administration still retains that convict mentality. That's the way they treat the people. And it's my opinion, it's my discovery, is that I believe that the reason we don't have a right to life in Australia is because Australia, was originally a convict country, and the point of view and the that I need to make here is that a psychiatrist, in deciding whether a person should be put to death under euthanasia laws or not, doesn't have to consider that a person has a right to life. A psychiatrist only, or even a medical doctor, only has to consider that a person has a right to die. And the thing is, in these euthanasia laws, the psychiatrists claim that old people my age, I'm 76 now, want to die. Well, I don't want to die. To me, I'm still quite young. I have a lot to do. I don't want to die. Psychiatrists, they argue differently. Now, psychiatrists claim that people who want to die, so that if you say yes to that euthanasia, to that suicide question once, well, then that's regarded as a terminal illness. Now, anyone who has been certified as mentally ill, whether you are or not, it doesn't matter. But if you say yes to the suicide question, psychiatrists regard that as a terminal illness, so that it fits under euthanasia laws. So then the psychiatrist can consider, a psychiatrist only looks at the notes, and there has to be 3 of them to agree that a person has to be murdered. But the point is that the psychiatrists don't have to investigate themselves. All they do is they read the notes written down by the nurses, so that it's easy for 3 of them, to agree. But they don't have to consider that a person might not want to die. But also, they claim that people who want to die can't do it at the last moment. Well, what I explain from the metaphysical perspective is just why people who might logically decide they want to die, they might have pain or terminal illness or something, but they can't do it at the end, because we have within us like a divine knowledge, it's a way to put it. If we go back to the year 1099, like in Jerusalem, well, at that time in history, everyone believed in that everyone has divine knowledge, so that we have a point within us which has a divine connection, which always tries to intervene, that not to do it, cries out to us, no, we're not to commit suicide. And the point is that there is a purpose for us being in this world. It wasn't some freak accident for there to be, for humanity, for human beings to be on this world. This is what we know in metaphysics, and from the metaphysical perspective. Now, the difficulty for people to understand, because most people are brainwashed with education, with formal education, and this was because many years ago, because of the persecution from the churches, where people were burnt at the stake and all of those things, 200,000 of them in those days, that the metaphysical tradition and the occult tradition went underground. But the knowledge has passed down through secret societies and fraternal organisations, but also through private families, so that but the metaphysical perspective and the metaphysical tradition is not known at university. Now, I can say that because I've studied there for 10 years. I've got 4 universities qualifications to my name, and this is why I use the metaphysical perspective.
It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, host of the syndicated talk show People of Distinction, cluing you in that in our 21st century, I'll tell you, products and services are sold through video. That's right, so sell it through video at Al Cole Enterprises and SAG 14 Production Company. You got it, and look forward to enjoying other outstanding audio clips from our international guest list, brought to you by UR-Link Print and Media, featuring my son, the fantastic Benji Cole, on People of Distinction.